think the first thing is that you must look at everyone in your class as an individual. That has to be the starting point, all right? Because everyone is, I believe, is unique. Everyone has got individual needs, and then you work that. You then work on how to, and that's a challenge. But if you start with that mindset, I firmly believe you're going to be an outstanding teacher. All right? I think that's where I come from, because then you'll develop the strategies yourself, or you'll find where that support is needed for that particular student, all right? And you'll gain so much respect from the students, because they will see that's what you are, that's what you're doing. So I think that's the starting point. I do believe there are strategies that you can employ I think it's about having that, as I said, that mindset of seeing people as and how do you develop, right, that relationship and activities that you do, so you can develop that, so individuality. Now, there's simple ways of getting, for example, feedback at the end of a lesson, which can be more individualistic, which you can do quite, you can do a traffic light system, to say, or thumbs up, thumbs down, to say how much you start, they're starting being treated as even in that huge class, and you get a sense of how many have really understood something midway or not, and you're beginning to develop that more personal relationship. In terms of, if you like, support, it will depend from school to school. All right, the different schools will put in place. I mean, for example, in art school, we've got support, particularly for English as a second language. So we've got support placed in there, and teachers can then call on that expertise where that support is needed, whether it is, the teacher coming to do some support, whether it is the student going to or whether it's about providing resources. So so you don't need to feel that you're on your own in terms of that. I think the other thing, I just would go back to this point about the individual. I think we also have to be really careful about labels. We seem to be developing a label society now. And I think, I guess back in my day, it was much more, seeing as people as individuals. And I think we need to focus much more on that, and not to think we've got to put a label, all right, to, X individual or Y individual. Let's treat them as an individual.